Men, have you ever wondered how long you can go without sex and what happens to your body during that time? Today, we're going to explore in detail the changes that occur when you abstain from sexual activity. In this video, I'll address common questions. Does your body stop producing sperm? Will your penis become smaller? What happens to your libido and erectile function? Could long-term abstinence even increase your risk of prostate cancer? These are some of the questions we'll answer today. Welcome to another episode of Soulmate Sessions, where we delve into the topics of relationships, dating, and sexual well-being. In our previous video, we discussed what happens to a woman's vagina when she stops having sex for an extended period. If you haven't seen that video yet, you can find the link in the description below. Before we begin, please subscribe to the Soulmate Sessions channel, hit the like button, and share this video with others who might benefit from this educational discussion. Your support helps our community grow and spread valuable insights on dating and intimacy. Let's talk about understanding the production and recycling of sperm in men. Let's start with a fundamental question. Does your body stop producing sperm if you abstain from sex? The answer is a definite no. Sperm production is a continuous process in the testes, regardless of whether you are sexually active. Sperm are generated in the testis, and then they travel to the epididymis, where they mature over a period of about 72 days. Once mature, these sperm are stored until they are released during ejaculation, whether that occurs through partnered sex or masturbation. When you abstain from sexual activity, your body doesn't stop producing sperm. Instead, the sperm are continuously produced and, if not ejaculated, are gradually broken down and recycled back into your body. This recycling process ensures that the testes do not become overly distended or enlarged due to an accumulation of sperm. In fact, if you abstain from sex, you might notice an increase in wet dreams, as the body naturally finds ways to release excess sperm and relieve pressure within the epididymis. Wet dreams are a normal, healthy mechanism, particularly common in younger men, though they tend to become less frequent with age. What happens to the penile size and elasticity after prolonged abstinence from sex in men? Another question we often hear is, does the penis become smaller when you stop having sex? For the vast majority of men, the answer is no. Nothing significant happens to the size of the penis solely due to sexual abstinence. There is, however, a very rare condition known as penile atrophy, where prolonged lack of use could lead to a reduction in size. This condition is extremely uncommon and typically only observed after decades without sexual activity. It's also important to mention that any perceived change in penile size is more likely related to other factors, such as weight gain. When a man gains weight, especially around the abdomen, a fat pad can develop around the base of the penis, making it appear shorter. Similarly, excess fat storage in the lower abdomen can push the penis further into the body, reducing its visible length. These factors, however, are independent of sexual activity per se and relate more to overall health and body composition. What happens to a man's muscular tone and erectile function? Sex is often described as a form of exercise for the genital muscles. During sexual activity, the muscles involved in erection and other aspects of sexual performance receive regular stimulation and exercise. Over time, if you abstain from sex, you might notice a slight decline in the muscle tone of the penis. Just as with any muscle, a lack of use can lead to atrophy, though this process is generally gradual and subtle. For many men, the first sign of such change is that it may take longer to achieve an erection, or the erection may not be as firm as it used to be. While this might be concerning, it is important to remember that these changes are typically mild and vary greatly among individuals. Factors like overall physical fitness, diet, and stress levels play significant roles in erectile function. A key point to note is that the body naturally produces erections throughout the day. Men often experience spontaneous erections in the morning or even during sleep. These erections are important for maintaining the health of penile tissue, as they increase blood flow and help keep the tissue oxygenated. Therefore, even if you're not engaging in sexual intercourse, the regular occurrence of erections, triggered by nocturnal processes or random stimuli, helps maintain penile health. What happens to the man's libido and hormonal changes? Libido, or the drive to have sex, is closely tied to testosterone levels in men. Testosterone, the primary male sex hormone, plays a critical role in sexual desire, energy levels, and overall well-being. Research indicates that sexual activity itself can influence testosterone levels. During sexual arousal and orgasm, the body releases a mix of hormones that contribute to both pleasure and a temporary boost in testosterone. When a man stops having sex, testosterone levels might experience a slight reduction over time. However, it is important to emphasize that this reduction is generally minimal. Testosterone is produced continuously, and the absence of sexual activity alone is unlikely to cause a drastic decline in libido. Many factors, such as stress, sleep, diet, and overall health, have a more significant impact on hormone levels and sexual desire than the frequency of sexual activity alone. That said, many men are visual beings. Often, sexual desire can be triggered by external visual stimuli. A beautiful woman on social media, a memory of a past lover, or even a particular image in your mind. This means that even if your libido decreases slightly due to a period of abstinence, you might still experience sudden bursts of arousal when exposed to stimulating visual cues. Such moments remind us that sexual desire is multifaceted and influenced by both physiological and psychological factors. What is the psychological effects of prolonged abstinence in men? Sexual activity is not just a physical act. It also plays an important role in emotional and psychological well-being. Regular, consensual sex has been linked to reduced stress, improved mood, and better overall mental health. This is partly due to the release of hormones such as dopamine and oxytocin, which are associated with pleasure and bonding. When you abstain from sex for an extended period, some men may notice changes in their mood and mental state. In some cases, a lack of sexual release can lead to sexual frustration, which might manifest as irritability or a preoccupation with sexual thoughts. However, it's important to note that these experiences vary significantly from one individual to another. Some men report feeling a reduced libido and a sense of calm that comes with abstinence, while others might feel a buildup of tension and increased sexual cravings. For many, sexual activity acts as a natural stress reliever. Without this outlet, stress levels might rise, and mental energy might be redirected towards sexual fantasies or feelings of frustration. It's important to recognize these changes as normal responses to a lack of physical intimacy. If you experience heightened anxiety or mood swings, consider incorporating other stress relief practices into your routine, such as regular exercise, meditation, or hobbies that help you relax. The role of wet dreams. In men not having sex for a long time, one of the body's natural mechanisms to manage the continuous production of sperm during periods of abstinence is the occurrence of wet dreams. Wet dreams, or nocturnal emissions, are involuntary ejaculations that occur during sleep. They are a completely normal phenomenon, especially among younger men, and serve as a way for the body to release built-up sperm. For many, the frequency of wet dreams may increase during periods of prolonged abstinence. While this might be surprising or even embarrassing for some, it is a healthy and natural process. Wet dreams ensure that the reproductive system remains active and that the body doesn't retain excess sperm. It's important to understand that these occurrences are not a sign of any health problem, but rather a natural method of maintaining the body's balance. Erectile function and muscle tone. In men, after prolonged abstinence from sex, as mentioned earlier, sexual activity serves as an exercise for the penile muscles. Regular erections help maintain the strength and elasticity of these muscles. When you abstain from sex for a long time, you might notice that it takes longer to achieve an erection, or that your erections are not as firm. This reduction in muscle tone is generally gradual and may be more pronounced if you are not physically active in other ways. While these changes might be concerning at first, they are often temporary. The body is remarkably resilient, and with renewed sexual activity or even regular physical exercise, penile muscle tone can be improved. Kegel exercises, which involve contracting and relaxing the pelvic floor muscles, can also help maintain or improve erectile function over time. What happens to the man's testosterone and sexual desire for not having sex for a long time? Testosterone is a critical hormone that influences sexual desire, energy levels, and overall well-being. In men, testosterone levels are known to peak in the morning, which is why many experience morning erections. Sexual activity, whether through intercourse or masturbation, can stimulate the release of testosterone, further enhancing libido. During prolonged periods of abstinence, testosterone levels may experience a slight reduction, which could contribute to a decreased sex drive. However, this effect is generally modest and varies widely among individuals. Some men may find that their libido remains relatively stable, while others might notice a more noticeable decline. It's important to note that a decrease in libido is not inherently negative. In some cases, a period of abstinence can provide an opportunity to reflect on your sexual health and overall lifestyle. For instance, if you are under significant stress or dealing with other health issues, focusing on overall well-being rather than sexual activity might be beneficial. Moreover, for many men, the visual stimulation of a beautiful woman or erotic content can still trigger arousal even during a period of abstinence, underscoring that desire is influenced by both physiological and psychological factors. A man's birth control considerations in abstinence from sex for a long time. A frequent question is whether a woman should continue using birth control if she is not sexually active. The general consensus is that if a woman is certain she will not engage in sexual activity for an extended period, discontinuing hormonal birth control may be considered, especially if the hormonal method is causing unwanted side effects. However, this decision should never be made in isolation. Consulting with a healthcare provider is crucial before making any changes. Hormonal birth control influences more than just fertility. It also regulates the menstrual cycle and can have other benefits such as reducing acne or managing endometriosis. When a woman stops using birth control, her body must readjust to its natural hormonal rhythms, which can lead to temporary changes in her menstrual cycle, natural lubrication, and even libido. Understanding these changes is key to distinguishing between the effects of abstinence and those resulting from hormonal withdrawal. Thank you for taking the time to watch this comprehensive discussion on what happens to your body when you stop having sex. I hope you found the information informative, balanced, and empowering. The goal of this video is not to promote abstinence or sexual activity, but to provide a clear, evidence-based perspective on the physiological and psychological changes that may occur with long-term abstinence. Remember, your body is resilient and adaptive. Whether you choose to be sexually active or decide to take a break for personal or health reasons, understanding the changes that occur can help you maintain overall well-being and make informed decisions about your lifestyle. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button on Soulmate Sessions and give this video a thumbs up. Your support is invaluable and helps us reach more people with accurate and practical relationship advice. Also, share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Stay tuned for our upcoming videos where we continue to explore the multifaceted aspects of sexual health and relationships. Until next time, take care of your body, stay informed, and always prioritize your well-being. Thank you once again for joining me on this journey. See you in the next video. Champ!